friends, I'm Dipali Vedi. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with Sukoon Psychotherapy Center and I run this awareness program by the name of Sukoon Pledge to Seek Help. Today I'm going to talk about objectification of female. One of my clients had asked me once that he actually said that I recently realized that females like to be objectified. One of the group discussions recently we were having with boys after the issue of boys' locker room, one of the boys said that sex, when an individual is having sex, at that time the female is objectified. I would over here like to bring the idea that maybe we are not understanding the concept of objectification. Objectification. The partner, the female partner usually, not always, is seen as an object of pleasure by the man in sex. When person while in sex or before sex or in the fantasy of sex completely forgets that there might be different emotions, different desires, different feelings of the partner which need to be mutually negotiated even at that time. And when one takes care of each other's emotions and desires and fantasies, it is not objectification. Objectification happens when I supersede the idea that my pleasure is important and she's just an object. Not being sensitive to her pains, feelings, desires at that moment is a process of objectification which need not happen with every sex making process. So sex is not always about objectification. This was more an answer to the second question. That sex, everyone who imagines sex would at some stage or the other objectify the other. No. But interestingly, when we are talking of sex, does a female wants to be objectified? Maybe yes, at times. Because we are even seen. The biggest respect that every female gets is being a mother. Not about being an emotional being. Not being a loving human being. Female is respected for being a loving mother, not as a loving partner. So over there, the female herself even gets confused. She's ready to be objectified to give the man the progeny. Or the other place where the female likes to be objectified is where she thinks that it is important for her to be in the gaze of the man and not be superseded by the other female. That competition. The females who are insecure and not confident about themselves would prefer to be the object. And that's where the society plays a huge role, where every model, every after, every picture, everybody is trying to create a better sense of self, a perfect individual, where it is making us feel inside hollow, and we are always trying to achieve that hollowness and that desire to be desired by the man makes us fine with the objectification of us. So this objectification comes from two aspects: an object to attain pleasure of the man, because man is the superior one. Indeed, the female is even ready to be objectified, because at any cost the marriage needs to survive, because if the marriage breaks, the female is held responsible for. And thus every male approach for sex cannot be rejected, which is a huge pressure on her, where she actually bows down to the idea of being objectified. So yes, it is not a mandate that in every sex the female needs to be objectified or the partner needs to be objectified. It might be the other way around also. But the objectification is acceptable by a lot of females also. And in a way, my other client was right in asking, or being, indeed, he said he was amazed to know that females do want to be objectified also. And thus there do yes, the answer is yes, there exist females who do want to be objectified. And every female at some point or the other might have had that desire, because there's social pressure and that intensity is so high, and usually the self-image of the female is kept so low that the most of the females do fall into that pressure. But as a matter of fact, the moment you objectify the female, you consume her as a product. It's no more the relationship of love. And there itself, the female is again proved that she is degraded, that she is lower than the man, which is retraced over and over into the minds of the females. That's it that I would like to share over here. Thank you, and would love to hear comments on it.